Hi, I'm Amy with King's Mail. Welcome to the shop today. Today we are going to be featuring a new pair of earrings that are fast, simple, but look great and are easy to put your own little touches on to further the design. Let's get started. These are the supplies you're going to need, and we are using copper, and copper is a great one because it's inexpensive and you can test your design out on it. We are using French wires, but of course you may use posts. We are featuring though, and I'm going to tell you why when we're doing the design, but this is 18 gauge square wire and is 3 inches in length, and you'll need 2 of those. You'll need 18 gauge 3.5 millimeter closed rings. I did pre-close these so they are ready to rock and roll when we are doing our design. And then 16 gauge 6.25 millimeter ring. Now on that bottom ring you can use even a bigger ring or a smaller ring and be able to use and make your design your own. So these are just the materials that I'm using today. So we're going to start off by taking that 18 gauge 3.5 inch square wire and we're going to bend them at the same time. We want to get a big loop, so you want to take it right in the center and kind of move that down. And this time, you know, usually you move your pliers. We are actually going to move the wire, and you can see that it comes around and we want them, you know, pretty close there, almost touching. And this is why you really want that square wire. It locks into place and you are able to get your dimension. So we are now going to move on, and we are going to move on to a smaller ring on the side with another 3-step plier. We're going to take and put one down, and we are going to work on just one earring at a time this time. And this is actually where we're going to take and move the plier around the ring this time. And so make one loop, and then we're going to flip that over and make the other loop and tighten that down. And we're going to pick up the other one and do that same thing. Wrap that loop around, flip it over, wrap it around again. And then this we are going to take and we're going to stack these back up again, and we are going to play with it a little bit. We want the bottoms touching, so we're going to take that and really kind of hone that in, and you know, so we've got this really great design. Some of those fleur-de-lis earrings that you see, I mean, that's a component that you usually have to buy, and you can make this, and you saw how fast that was. So now we're going to work on one earring at a time again, and we're going to open these up just like you'd open up a jump ring, where you twist it in front. If you pull it apart, then it comes out of round. And we're going to have you add 2 rings and then fold that back. And you could, even with this main curlicue piece that you got started, you could hammer these out, add texture to them, but I like that square wire, so I leave it as is there. So that's what we'll do with one, and then we will repeat that with the second one. Open it up and add your 2 closed rings. Now remember, some of these earring designs you have to think about that, you know, imperfect action is better than, you know, perfect inaction. And sometimes it's just getting in there, playing with it, and seeing what designs come out in the end. You know, Bob Ross and his Happy Little Accidents. These are really great earrings to play with that you can. So we are going to be featuring what I called that bottom ring. And you will need to pull out 2 pairs of pliers and open that ring up. And then loop it through those 3.5s. And then close it down. And voila, we'll do that on the second earring. This is the time, I mean, that's done. 2 minutes and you have a really great design. you can come in and add the French wire on the top here. You know, and if you have more rings and more time, I mean, you could always add a couple more rings here, or a bead dangling off the center, you know, a bead dangling off the bottom. You can really do almost anything very fast, very swiftly, and have a really great pair of earrings.